Good evening all. You're welcome to the tutorials with from a talented schoolboy. Today we'll take a look at biology review. Review assignments. Biology review assignment 4. We have 10 questions as usual. Question number 1 says, all living cells require water because A. All living cells require water because it's A. It's a medium for all metabolic reactions. B. It's a medium that neutralizes acid in cells. C. Is the main source of energy for the cells. D. Prevents the development of diseases in cells. Chinaya. You know the assignment. You didn't read the write-up. All cells require water because it's A. Is a medium for all metabolic reactions. B. Is a medium that neutralizes acids in cells. C. Is a main source of energy for the cells. D. Prevents the development of diseases in cells. A is what? Let me see that's in your hoodie. What do you think? Adobe, is it true? Is that what you got? Question number 1 in our biology review. Is that what you got? Okay, so water, all living cells require water because water serves as a medium for what? You really, in fact, there's no metabolic reaction that you cannot have water, see water as a medium for it. So that's why the major reason why all cells require what? Require what? Water. Okay, the answer is A. Number 2. There's a diagram here. You all have the diagram, so no need drawing it on the board. In the diagram below, the part labeled 5 is A. Nucleolus. B. Golgi body. C. Mitochondrion. D. Vacuole. C is what? Mitochondrion. Chinaya, what is it? Ada, is it something? Is that what you wrote? Good. I said that it has sausage what? Shape. And you see the crystal, right? Crystal that it is double folded, right? The membrane is what? Double layer, but inside it fold inside as a what? Crystal, right? You can see it there. So number 5 is what? The mitochondrion is the what? The answer. Number 3. In the diagram below, the part labeled. Okay, let me just ask extra question. In that one we just answered. That number 2. Part label 1 is what? Cell wall. Cell wall. Cell wall. Is that cell wall? Or cell membrane? Which one? If you cell wall, you must surely see the underlying what? Cell membrane. If it's cell wall, you surely see the underlying what? Cell membrane. And also, if it's cell wall, that means you are saying it's plant cell, right? Right? Then from the structure, from what we discuss about plant cell, the nucleus there, I've even mentioned them. Let me list all the let me itemize all of them. I will not say what I want to say. What of 2? Chinaya, what is 2? 2 is what? Adobe 2 is what? 2 is the Golgi apparatus. O say it here. Is rough endoplasmic reticulum. You know I say that if you know that if you're not careful, you know misplace Golgi apparatus for what? Be careful about. Even though this is not a true representative of the cell, because you remember I said that the endoplasmic reticulum, the membrane is continuous with what? Nuclear what? Membrane. Now what of 4? 4 is what? Specifically what? 4. Nucleus quoi? 4 is nucleus, but the place is pointing at is the nuclear what? Membrane. Is it not? You don't do what? But did you see it in this? Alright, so is what? Nuclear specifically, but that thing is nucleus. The word of 3, nucleus. No, nucleus is found inside the nucleus now. Nucleus, yes. So number 3 is what? 3. Hey. 3 is what? 3 is nucleus now. That thing you are pointing at, the 4 is nucleus, but it's nucleus. That's what it is. But the one inside is what? Nucleus. Is nucleus. Nucleus is, you see that dot. That is the nucleus. But the arrow number 4 arrow is pointing at nuclear membrane specifically. But the nucleus is the entire this thing is what? The nucleus. But the one inside is what? Nucleus. C5. Lysosome. Golgi body. Golgi apparatus. Alright, I just wanted us to really see whether you were following. Okay, now let's go to the third question. Says, in the diagram below, the part labeled IV is used for A. Osmoregulation, B. Respiration, C. Ingestion, D. Locomotion. Is that what you wrote, Chine? Chine didn't do the assignment. Chinwe, is that what you wrote? You don't know it? A is what? Now, what is IV? Vacuum. Contractile vacuum. What we even argued on that day. You know, you forgot again that it's a contractile vacuum. Yes, now because you know we have vacuum, you must add that contractile. So it's contractile vacuum is for what? Osmoregulation. Of course, now the end is to do what? It helps in excretion, right? Trying to in order to do what? Regulate the what? Osmotic whatever. Okay? Good. What of I? Good. I meganucleus. I Thank you. So what is this structure for? Paramecium. That is paramecium. Thank you. Paramecium. Okay, now number 4 says the science of life is referred to as A. Anatomy. B. Biology. C. Ecology. D. Phylogeny. What is phylogeny? Did anyone try to look up what phylogeny means?
Representation of this presentation of evolutionary history and relationship between group of animals.
No, when we go to that level, when we go to that, we'll talk more on that. Number 5 says, what is classification of living things? What is classification of living things? Who can answer? What is classification of living things? Is what?
Science of arranging living things into groups based on structure, genetics, and
Science of what?
arranging living things
Into what?
groups based on structure, genetics, cellular composition.
Okay. But the basic thing there is the arrangement of what? Living things into what? Different what? Groups or classes. Is it clear? Is it clear? So attempt to arrange living things into different groups based on their structure. A lot of things are involved. Their structure, as she said, the what again? Genetics is also involved, and other things. So basically, that's what classification was. And according to their common, basically, those structures, yes, there were. It also those in the particular group must have some common what? Qualities. True of us, common what? Qualities. They must have common what? Qualities. You cannot get organisms with different that they have nothing in common and put them in a group. Is it possible? It cannot work. You cannot do what? Work. So all those their structure, there must be something in common that will make that can make them to be classified in one word group. Now next question says name the scientist that developed the binomial system of classification. Who? Linus Carl. Olóyènísí. Who? Is it true, Adobe? Carolus who? Linus. Carolus what? Who? Linus. Oga, what is it? All right, so next question says state three reasons why it is necessary to classify living things. Number 1.
To avoid ambiguity.
What do you mean to avoid ambiguity? Explain.
So it will be clear, it will not be confusing because we did not name it. Like we can have confusing.
To avoid what? Ambiguity. Is it true? Is it true, Adobe? Is it true? To avoid ambiguity. They say you should break it down. Ambiguity. They're speaking BB grammar for us. Oh yeah, break it down. Okay, so something that to avoid confusion, right? Do you think she's correct? I do your own. You say what?
It gives us information regarding the diversity of plants and animals. That
I'm listening. You give us what? Information on what?
regarding the diversity of plants and animals.
Variety.
So diversity
Diversity of what?
plants
Plants and animals. What type of information now will you give? What type of information will you get from it?
okay, the diversity of plants and animals, just like we use one animal as an example now. Rats or dog, like okay, we use rats now. One different variety or species of rats. So this classification helps us to get information regarding them. Maybe in this kind of animals they have similar, they have the same name, but they diverse in their own way, something like that.
So in another word, you say that it helps us to identify what similar what living things. Can I put it that way? Michael, your own reason why we classify.
It helps us to study many of them at the same time.
To study many of them at the same time. To study many of them at the same time. Okay, if you call a particular group now, you know that you are dealing with that group.
Yes, and all the organisms that are inside.
Chinwa, your own reasons. We are brainstorming reasons why living things are classified.
To know which group an animal belongs
Huh?
to know which group an animal belongs to.
To know each group an animal. This is why we classify. Classification gives rise to group. And you're saying now you are classifying because you want to know which group an animal. Give another reason. You not do it. You not do it.
That is what I do.
Only one.
Yes.
You not only one. But they said to give three. You only one you were able to find. Wow.
That's a shock consistency. But I did not browse it.
Alright, now listen. You guys try, but most of the things I will say here, you have said it in different ways, either repeating it and over again, just as Michael said, to study. So it helps in what? Research. True of us, research / what? Study, as you said, to study a group, or those in the particular group at the same time. So you can simply say to be for classification is reason for classification is for what? To study and to research on them is also a reason. True of us, good. You can also say that you know what is evolution. We still treat evolution as a what? As a what? Topic. We still treat what? Evolution as a what? Topic. We will still treat evolution as a what? Topic. Now you know there is this trend, evolutionary trend. If you move from the simplest form to more complex form, there's evolutionary trend. In fact, it got to a point where they are saying that we evolved from where? Even till now, true of us, even though the Bible is saying another thing, science is saying that they are saying that we evolved from where? Ape, sure? And also there's this in evolution, this issue of if you see from toad to fish, right? True of us, and what have you. But the point is that we classify, and true, if you watch these different groups, they show that trend, evolutionary what? Trend from the particular form to what? Group to what? Another group. So actually, one of the reasons why we do what? To classify is to do what? To show evolutionary trends in different groups of what? Organisms. To show what? Evolutionary trends in different groups of what? Organisms. To show evolutionary trends in different groups of what? Organisms. It's also what? A reason for what? Classification. Of course, you guys have mentioned that you classify it to place them in a particular what? Group, right? You have said that. You have also said that for easy identification of similar words, you said it in a different way. Who said that? I think it was Chine. Who said that? That's a point. Okay. Good. To identify what? Similar words. Similar what? Living what? Organisms or living things. Okay, good. I like that. You also know that if you trace the different organisms, there are some organisms that you say that they are terrestrial, right? They are what? Terrestrial. They are what? Aquatic. True or false? Then some may be aquatic in a particular period of your life cycle and be what? Terrestrial under what? Time of their what? Life cycle. Some are local, some are more, are seen more in a particular geographical what? Area. True or false? So based on that, now we can also say that what? That classification is also done to trace what? Geographical what? Distribution of what? Living what? Organism. To show what? Geographical what? Distribution of what? Living what? Organisms. So, geographical distribution of what? Living organisms. It's also a reason for what? Classification. Now the next question says, list 7 major groups into which taxonomies classify living things in order of hierarchy. You start from the highest, largest or highest as case may be, and come down to the smallest. Name them. Number 1 is what?
Domain.
Domain. Notice what?
Phylum or kingdom.
I see.
Okay. Now from the
I'm listening. Domain and phylum. What is domain? Break it down.
But the highest.
Is domain the same with kingdom?
No.
Huh?
After kingdom, what is domain?
Okay, after kingdom, what is domain?
But after domain, what is kingdom?
Okay, we are listening. And number 1 is what? Domain. Number 2 is what?
Kingdom. And where order. No, not order.
Onya Amalia. Next person.
Then phylum, then class, then order, then genus, then species.
Okay, Michael said kingdom/domain, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Is it true? You say it's not true.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
So, kingdom be phylum.
Okay, kingdom and phylum are the same thing.
Yes. So now.
She didn't know that kingdom and phylum are the same thing. Who told you that one?
I mean it. I'm going to before.
Okay, you heard it before. Mm-hmm. So if you're walking to the way, you believe like that. That kingdom and phylum are the same thing.
Yeah, kingdom or phylum.
Let me find you. Since you're very fire, let me find you so I can cool you down. So where does the division now belong? Oh, Mara. I browse it in case it's a new information. Okay, you agree to Michael. So what of division? What do you have to say about division? You don't know? You say what?
Nothing.
What do you say?
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything?
Division and phylum are the same thing.
What do you say? Say what you say. Look to yourself. You say what?
But I don't know anything.
It's not true. You know something. Oh yeah, answer.
I see that division and phylum are the same
What difference
thing.
between division and phylum?
There's no difference now.
Michael, tell us.
Division is
So,
But they're trying the same thing now.
have you seen it? What do you see?
In division, then this one is another.
So, where does domain belong?
Maybe the last one. The first one. After domain, we have phylum, we have class, other family.
So, kingdom, uncle? No kingdom.
But kingdom bo domain.
Domain. So, kingdom is what? Domain. Then under after that, you have phylum / division. When you are talking about animal, or if you are classifying animal, you use what? Phylum. But if you are classifying plant, use what? Division. Okay, but at the same thing, just that this is when you are talking about animal. But I ask what difference is.
Okay, if you are classifying animal phylum.
Use phylum. But for plant, you save division. Okay, now the next question says, state 2 features which viruses have in common with A. Living things, B. Non-living things. A. Living things, B. Non-living things. Okay, let's go there. If you look at living things, you tell us the 2 features virus have in common with living things, and also 2 features this they have in common with non-living things. Virus. Okay. Oh yeah. Favor. Adobe. Oh yeah. Adobe says she doesn't know anything, but she's live. Oh yeah. Tell us.
Is it for living things?
Start with living things. Just tell us one feature
Okay, for
virus
living
has
things,
in common with living things.
they undergo reproduction, that is life processes within their living host.
So how do they undergo reproduction?
Virus.
How? How the virus can do you know what reproduction?
And
Tell us, how does virus undergo reproduction?
within their host now, okay, I don't know, but it's through fragmentation.
Virus.
Am I saying another thing?
Mark, they have anything to say.
I don't know how much. Okay, they use nutrients from their ocean. I don't know what process it takes.
Is it nutrient they use? Virus don't use nutrients. They don't even have what it takes to use nutrients.
They gain energy from their ocean.
Are they parasites?
Yes.
You know, as a parasite. Hey, one feature virus have in common with what is it called?
Living things.
One.
They grow.
The virus grow. How do they grow?
Like they go when they're inside of the host.
Do they grow?
Like no, they multiply.
So do you multiply? How do you multiply as a living thing?
Tapeworm no multiply.
Chioma, one. Tell us one feature virus have in common with living things. Fast. Tell us. Number 1 is what? No idea. Chima. I'm coming. Virus, as usual, but binary feature. Hey, we're nucleus. Does virus have nucleus? Let me find you. Someone mentioned something that entered my ear now. You say what?
But they have DNA.
Good. They have DNA or RNA depending on the type of virus it is. And living things have what? DNA and RNA. True or false? They have nucleic acid. True or false? Simple. One that they have nucleic acid because living things also have what? Nucleic acid. Another one. Another one. If they undergo replication, they replicate. But if you just call it production like that, it sounds somehow to me.
Okay, should not be called production.
It sounds somehow to me.
So they replicate.
Do you replicate? Now, any other one?
They have characters that can be transmitted from their parents to us.
Example of such character.
Can they mutate?
They mutate. Virus. How? What is the mutation?
Like the gene form.
Do virus have gene?
Yes.
Virus have gene.
Just said they have. Does it mean that they have gene?
Do they have gene?
Isn't gene contained in
What is gene? What is the difference between gene and DNA?
gene is contained in DNA.
DNA, right? Okay. Now listen. Okay, but how do they actually undergo mutation? Chicken say that they undergo mutation. How?
Is it mutation or imitation?
Mutation.
I mean,
Allow her to explain. She may have a very strong point to defend her case. Oh yeah, I'm listening.
It's true, by when when it's inside the body of the host, maybe when the person the virus is inside, like want to take maybe antiviral drugs, so it will form a various ways so it can withstand the host reaction. So maybe it will, it's either a form or another, like, or change another form that when the antiviral drug came, it did not know that it's the virus.
Do you mutate?
It's like a million.
You know, see, let's pick something that is common, okay? We say constant is what? Common, general. Let's pick point. Like now, nucleic acid is what? Common. True or false? True or false? And once you mention nucleic acid, you have mentioned everything. Whether you are talking about gene or no gene. True or false? True or false? That encompasses everything. True or false? And I want something that is. They also have some what? Feeding. Virus, do they feed? How do they feed? They have mouths. So they feed on the host. So if the host eat up, would they take their own? So how they feed?
It's not there.
Okay, now I think let's pick something that is common. You know, you rarely see living things without protein. True or false? True or false? They have macromolecules like protein coats. Their coat is made of what? Protein. True or false? At least you rarely see a living thing without such. True or false? So these two things are, at least they are what they have in common. True or false? With what? Living things. Now, what and what do they have in common with non-living things? Most of the things people are saying is not wrong, but I'm trying to point out the one that is what? Common, okay? What they have in common with non-living things?
It's not expired. No.
They don't move. Is it true?
They do not grow. They can't grow or produce. When after it is
Any other person?
they
Okay. They appear as what? Crystals. True of us? Good. Crystals. I agree with you. They appear as what? Crystals. Another one. They don't have what? Cells. Or simply put, they don't have organelles. True of us? They don't have what? Organelles. They just have protein coats and the nucleic acid, simple, inside the protein coat. So they don't have what? Organelles. Non-living things don't have what? Organelles. True of us? Good. All right. Number 7. Number 6 says the disadvantage of complexity of organism. Sorry. The disadvantage of complexity of organization in higher organisms is that it leads to a mutual interdependence between component cells, b internal structural specialization, c increased adaptation to environment, d slower rate of diffusion of oxygen to individual cells. What's the answer? D is what?
Lower rate of diffusion of oxygen to individual cells.
Explain. Explain. Why did you choose D? Explain. Explain. Why is it a disadvantage? Explain. And how is it even possible that there is lower what? Slower rate of diffusion of oxygen. Explain. Okay. Oya, I'm listening. We are all listening. Talk to us.
I don't know to explain something.
No, you must learn it in this class. You must learn how to explain. By the time I'm done with you, you will learn how to explain things. It's very important to express yourself. Okay? Oya, listen. Oya.
Complexity of organization in the higher organisms. Though complexity is something that is complex, just like something that is so big. So this is why it leads to slower rates of diffusion of oxygen to individual cells. First is that life processes, they do waste time and energy. The life processes do waste time and energy, and materials are transported over greater distance, just like then life processes are generally also difficult to carry out, and these life processes are just respiration, nutrition, all this absorption, excreted stuff. So due to the complexity, so it leads to slower rate of this thing, diffusion of oxygen. Do you understand? That is from higher con to lower con. So that is the reason. That is enough what I can say.
Who else has something to say? Who else has something to say? Who? Oya, explain you. Oya. Say something, Oya.
My answer makes sense.
What is your answer?
I choose A.
A is what? A is what? Mutual interdependence between. No, it's not the answer. The answer is D. But she got it, but I need explanation.
The more complex the structure of the organism, the more energy it needs provided to be used. So the more energy that is needed, the slower the rate of diffusion, because there will be more oxygen needed to diffuse into the cell.
Okay, let me explain. You know, remember when we treated characteristics of living things, we talked about respiration. Why we living things taking what? Oxygen, right? What it does in the cell, right? Now, compare unicellular organism. Compare we human being now. Now, if you take you made a point now, distance, the oxygen will travel. Human being, we are complex. Amoeba is what? Is not complex. Simple, right? Now, and not only amoeba and some other organisms. Now watch. The oxygen will just easily do what? Diffuse and enter the cell. True of us, and do its work. True of us. Simple. But you will breathe in oxygen. It will enter through your nostrils, enter your nose, go down to where? To where? Pass through where? Pass through where? From nose, where we enter? Trachea now. True of us. Then from trachea, bronchi, from bronchi, bronchus. From bronchus, it will enter inside and get to what? Alveoli, right? Then it is at the alveoli, capillary bed at the alveoli, that exchange of oxygen will now enter the what? The blood. True of us. CO2 come out. Then the oxygen that enters the blood will start moving and start entering. You see the distance. So the rate of the diffusion is what? Complex. Is what? Slower. True of us, when compared with what? Simple words. I use simple unicellular organism as an example now. So the more complex the oxygen becomes, then the rate of the diffusion will be slower. We compare with what? Simple words, unicellular words, organism. Does it make sense? So the answer is actually D. Slower rate of diffusion of oxygen to individual what? Cells. Okay. Number 7 says, describe briefly 2 levels of cell organization in living organism, giving an example of each type. Oh yeah, Chinaya.
Organ.
What's an organ?
Tissue that come together to form organ.
So any tissue that comes together must surely form an organ.
Tissue cell now.
So tissue cells.
We have tissues of the eye. They come together, they form, and they become an organ. Eye.
What's not tissue cells? If you're asked to define what's an organ, oh yeah, what's an organ? What's an organ, Chine? Tell us.
Organ is the part of the body that is made up of a cell.
A cell.
All cells are moving on my skin with the cell.
If Lonya, I am a organ. I am another person.
It's just that my girl was
Oh yeah, get up. I am a organ. Oh yeah, you. Give me an example. Oh yeah. I come back to you, China. Look, search for what an organ is. No, another one. She must tell me what an organ is. Oh yeah, you. Another one.
tissues, group of cells. Tissues, group of cells. Okay, example, we have the
Wait. This people are saying tissue. So any
group of
so any cell, every cell can come together and form a tissue, just like that. No,
group
now
of
I don't.
similar in shape,
Shape
size, and function. Now,
similar in what?
in shape, size and function.
Shape, size and function. Size. So the most.
Group of
You have said size.
similar. There's no say they are the same. Similar.
Michael, you've raised your hand. What's a tissue? Okay. Actually, a tissue is what? The collection of what? Cells that are similar in what? Structure, right? And perform what? Similar what? Functions. It's not just every cell that can form a tissue. They have to be what? Similar in what? Structure. And then secondly, they have to perform what? Similar what? Function. That's where they can now come together to form a what? Tissue. Okay? Like now, let's use blood as an example. Now, blood is a tissue. Are you aware? Now, blood, inside the blood now, we have different cells, blood cells. We have red blood cells, we have white blood cells. Now, if you watch now, all the cells, they are getting towards, now let's look at white blood cells now. They are getting to, their function is aimed at fighting what? Fighting what? Protecting the body. True of us? True of us? You see that whether the cell is B lymphocyte, whether it's a T lymphocyte, no matter what it is, the main sole purpose is to do what? Protect the what? Body in one way or the other. True of us? True of us? They may not be exactly acting doing the same thing. There are some that will engulf foreign materials. True of us? That will engulf, but whether they are whether they are engulfing it or whether they are attacking it face to face, they are working together to do what? Protect the what? So it's similar what? Function. True of us? You can't have a cell that is there for that is doing something that has no business with that protection. It cannot work. True of us? True of us? So these are what we mean by what? Tissue. Chinwe. Talk to us about cell. What is a cell? Now, some tissues can stay on their own. True of us? There are some organisms that are tissue level. True of us? True of us? They can be on their own at tissue level. True of us? True of us? On their own. Then you can also have tissue that cannot stay on their own. The one you see inside living on what? Organisms. Example of a tissue that can stay on its own and exist on its own is what? Example? Muscle. Have you seen a muscle on its own working? Feeding and giving birth. Muscle.
Jellyfish.
Hydra. Is Hydra a tissue? Yeah, Hydra can exist on its own as what? An organism. That's what I mean on its own. Muscle cannot come out and start giving birth, feeding. Is it possible? But Hydra can do that. True of us? True of us? Good. Are you seeing blood come out boom from the body and start existing and start reproducing blood? No, you go run now. You run if you see such a. So now, let's go. Now, talk to us, Chima. Cells, we are listening. Oh yeah, sit up. Cell, Yeah, what?
Functional structural unit of life.
Cells are what? Structural and what? Functional what? Basic what? True of us? Structural and what? Basic, please, you must put that basic. Very important. Not just structure. Basic, structural and what? Functional what? Unit of what? Life. I agree with you. Of course, we have talked about cells. Yes, cells is composed mainly of what? The plasma membrane and the what? Protoplasm, right? Protoplasm is the living component, right? In protoplasm, you have the nucleus and the what? Cytoplasm. The organelles are suspended in where? In the cytoplasm. Now, a cell, just as you have in tissue, you can have a cell that exists on its own as an organism. True of us. And there are cells that cannot exist on its own. They are inside, they come together to form what? Tissue. True of us. Good. Amoeba is a cell, it can exist on its own. Euglena is a cell, it can exist on its own. True of us. Carry out all the activities living organism carry out. They will excrete, they will reproduce, they will feed, they will move, do a lot of things. Even though it's just one cell. They excrete. Now, what of system? Chioma, talk to us about system. Chioma, I won't take this from you. Chioma, I won't take this from you. Alright, talk to us. Go and came here. Oh yeah.
Tissues.
Mm-hmm.
It's a group of cells that have similar structure that function together as a unit.
Good. They function together as what? A unit. I like that definition. They function together as what? A unit. You cannot see the cell of a tissue functioning when you want to function on its own. Two of us, they work together as what? That's why it's called a what? A tissue. Two of us. Good. Now let's go to the next. What about system? Who can talk to us about system? We are listening. System. System. Tell us about system first before you answer the organ. Oh yeah.
Like a group of organs that function like that come together to form a particular part.
A good organ that come together. What is a system?
Actually, it's a group of organs
That did what?
that come together to form
a specific
perform a particular task.
Those organs are they the same thing?
No,
Are they the same organ?
no, different organs. That's why it's a group of organs.
Example of system in the body.
System, respiratory system,
What are organs in the respiratory system?
bronchi, trachea.
Is it an organ?
No, sorry, sir. Lungs.
After lungs, what next?
We have spine, like kidney.
Does kidney have any business with respiration? How? Teach us. Teach us the business of kidney and respiration. Liver. Hey.
But the heart.
Heart. So how does heart contribute in respiration? How does heart do that?
Because heart pumps blood.
I think that there's a sense in what she said, even though it's not directly it's not a respiratory organ, true of us, but at least without a heart, will the oxygen get to the what? Lungs? Is it possible? There are different organs, right? But at the same time, the pumping action of the heart helps in what? To deliver the oxygen, true of us, through the what? Blood, true of us. I can beat my chest that heart contributes in a way. True of us, different organs, but they work together trying to do what? Perform what? Contribute to each other to perform a particular what? Function. True of us, did you have anything to say? Good. What of digestive system? What happens in the digestive system? What organs are there?
Digestive.
I'm just asking about digestive system now.
The organ in the digestive. I'm a crop.
Crop, huh? Which one is crop?
Hey, sorry, all being with
I have to continue.
same with others.
Is it an organ?
Oh, intestine.
Is it an organ? Is stomach an organ?
Yes.
Stomach. Is it?
Yes.
What of the liver? Pancreas?
Yes.
Do liver contribute
Yes.
digestion? Does it contribute in any way? As in digestive system, as a system now, does it contribute in any way? What of pancreas?
Yes, it contributes.
Does pancreas contribute in any way?
Yes.
Enzymes, some enzymes are insulin, right? Okay, don't worry, we'll treat this in detail when we enter this system, okay? I'm just trying to. Alright, so number 8 says, ask.
On the silver of
Molecular organism and what?
Unicellular.
I don't understand what you mean by it.
So among the listed level of organization, they say that unicellular organism is also part of level of organization. So I'm asking what this unicellular organism and multicellular organism cells, which classification they follow?
I don't know your question.
You said about about amoeba. So not figure under what classification?
Is it calculated on level of organization?
Although, is it among level of organization?
You confuse me with classification because calculation is a different thing. I talk about level of organization they belong to.
Yes.
Now I understand your question. Now, if you want to talk about where they belong to, actually, unicellular organisms they belong to. They are what? Cellular. That where? Cellular what? Level. Am I completing?
Yes.
They are at where? Cellular what? Level. Even though they exist on their what? Own. Are we together? Are we together? The multicellular organism, depending. If you say multicellular organism, they may have many cells, but the where they belong to depend on where the level of function they can perform. If they are working, if they are together on their own, if they are together working together, they can be a level of tissue depending. Like something like Spirogyra now. Spirogyra. Is it only one cell it has?
No.
Is it at the tissue level? Is it a tissue?
No.
Spirogyra. It's a cell. It's at cellular level, right?
Yes.
But it has more than one cell. True of us. True of us. Even though it is not unicellular, but it's not a tissue. It's still at what? Cellular what? Level. Am I communicating? So depending on the type of function they exhibit and other things. I don't know if this answer your question.
Yes.
Okay. Number 8 says the structure of the cell membrane is A. Double layer and a double protein layer. B. Middle bilayer of protein with a lipid on either side. C. Middle bilayer of lipid with a protein layer on either surface. Sorry, not side, surface. D. Protein layer with inner lipid layers. What's the answer? C is what?
Middle bilayer of lipid with a protein layer of either surface.
D. Chinwe. Stand up also. Stand up. Chioma, what do you think? You not do it. Chinaya. C is what? Middle what?
The middle bilayer of lipid with the protein layer on either surface. Protein layer between side B.
D is what?
Protein layer with two inner lipid layers. No, it's A.
Okay. Actually, the cell membrane has, you have, this is, you have what is it called? Lipoprotein what? Lipo what? Protein. This is how the cell membrane look like. This is a lipoprotein. Here, bilayer of what? Protein. Okay? Then lipid at what? At the other what? Either what? Side. Okay? Here is lipid. Here is what? Lipid. Are we together? Inside is what? Protein. Okay? Are we together? These ones are what? This is how the structure actually looks like of the cell membrane. At this side, inside, and the outside layer, we have the what? Lipids. Then inside, enclosed in this 1, 2, there are bilayer in the middle. We have the what? Proteins. Okay? Okay? But what you say, see what you said. See what you describe. You described that answer you gave. That the what? Lipid is inside, bilayer. Then protein is what? Outside. You browse it.
Yes.
What do you see?
States that cell membrane is made up of a middle bilayer of lipids and protein layer of either surface.
With protein layer on answer. Show me where you got the information. Let me see. Let me see now. Let me see. Check your own too.
Okay, I can browse it.
Check your own too. What is inside?
The lipid.
Lipid is inside, okay? Lipid is where? Inside. Look at this. Look at this diagram. This is the bilayer now. This is the cell membrane. Here, this is either inside or the other side is in contact with cell. In fact, this is what it looks like basically. If you see something like this, basically, this is what you see. Let me draw it in a way that you understand. Let me make this as what? Cell, okay? Now we have another layer here. Okay? They are together. Now I have this thing like this. This one is also going inside, like that. That's why it's a bilayer. Is it clear? This is how it will look like. This is how it looks like. This is how it look like. Now, Now look at this thing now. Look at this. If you want to describe this, I wanted to read it, but I think it's better we to talk about this. It's very important. Look up. Chinwe. Who does sit down? You guys to sit down. Now, here, this is the head, and this is the what? Tail. This head is hydro what? Phobic. The tail is what? Hydro what? Philic. Hydrophobic. Hydro what? Philic. Hydrophobic. Hydrophilic. Huh? Now, water liking and what? Water non-liking, water. Now, if this is hydrophobic and this is hydrophilic, that means the lipid should where? Here, right? True of us. No, now between this is actually phospholipid bilayer. Now that phospholipid, the lipid, the component that is hydrophobic is outside here, true of us. And which is likely what? Lipid now, true of us. Then the one here is what? Hydrophilic. Now, the question now is this. Remember what you are trying to explain. That the question now say that A say that it has double layer. That one, the issue between B and C. That's where the issue lies. It's not D. D is a different thing. A is a different thing. It's between B and C. B says middle bilayer of protein with a lipid on either what? Surface. Then C said middle bilayer of lipid with a protein layer on either surface. With a protein layer on either what? Surface. Is what? Is it B? I'm beginning to read something else here. I'm beginning to read something else from B as the answer. I'm beginning to read something else. That's why I'm taking my time to read this together with you. Chinaya, can you get a better picture of that thing? Please, the answer is not B. The answer is what? C. It's not a protein bilayer. It's a lipid bilayer. That's the core thing first. Because this thing here now is what? Lipid bilayer. Am I communicating? It has to, we have the, I don't want to go deep into that, but just know that it's a lipid bilayer. Then protein is on the other words. There are some proteins that are outside. Look up, please. It's a lipid bilayer. This is first layer of lipid, second layer of lipid. There are protein on the, this is the part that is in contact with external environment. There are protein on this surface. We call it peripheral what? Protein. There are one that pass through the inside of the membrane. It's called the what? Integral protein. Am I communicating? But the point is that there's one that are also here. The basic is that what? It's made up of two what? Lipid what? Middle what? Bilayer of what? With a protein layer on the either what? Surface. I go with C. I don't agree with B. All right, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question. Who has red pen here? You want a pen? Thank you. Now, diagram of a flame cell. You drew it now. What's a flame cell? What is it used for? In what animal? Where? Talk now. Flatworm. Example of flatworm. Tapeworm. Any example? Lukewarm. Okay. For the diagram, as you can see from the diagram, it looks like, it looks like. If you're not careful, you will think it's a neuron. Hope you know. True of us. If you look at it now, if you're not careful, you will think it's a neuron. True of us. Who knows how neuron look like? Okay. Oh. Neuron. You not seen a diagram of a neuron before? Wow. Branches how? So let's not waste time. After, check diagram of a neuron. Compare with what flame cell. If you're not careful, you will think that it's what. If you look at it, you think it's neuron, but it's not the same thing. So it has nucleus normal, it has blind end, it has vacuole, flagella, basal granulumen, that thing that looks like the dendrites in the neuron. Okay, look for diagram of a neuron there, fast. Browse it. Then you can compare it with what you drew. Then you find out you understand what I'm saying. Look at it. Two of us. Look at it. Focus on the head here. You think it's crazy, two of us. You look like in a way. But when you go down, you start seeing things that you distinguish them. Alright, let's not waste time on this. Next question says what? After, number 10 says, after an hour, the level of water in a test funnel shown in the diagram below will be what? A, rise. B, fall. C, remain the same. D, double. What's the answer? Michael, what's the answer? Fall, remain the same. Chinwe. Chinaya. Chioma. Are you serious? Okay, look at it. Look at the diagram well. The funnel is upside down, right? Two of us. And we have a membrane here, right? Then this whole thing is immersed in the stayed water. True of us. But what is enclosed in that funnel is sugar solution. So the stayed water and sugar solution, are they of the same concentration? Which one is more concentrated? So what will happen? So why do you say the same thing? Why do you say that? Why do you choose to remain the same? The level of water in the funnel will do what? Where is the funnel there? Which one is the funnel? This is grammar. Grammar is beating you people. Grammar is beating you people. The level of water in it will do what? It will rise. This thing is a beaker. I hope you know. Beaker. In the beaker we have water there, right? Sugar solution doesn't have water. So what are you telling me? What form a solution? Does sugar solution don't have water? Is it sugar solid that is there? Is what? Solution. It's not true. So it has water inside. True of us. But what made it concentrated is that water there is solid there is more. True of us. So the water there, level of water there will do what? We rise because water will move from the beaker, pass through the membrane, and enter the what? The funnel. So the level of water there inside the funnel will do what? To rise. What is osmosis? So which one is strong there? Bravo. So water and the they have their sugar solution. Water is stronger.
No, sugar. I can't say so.
What are you saying then?
This experiment now. From my own sessions. I was meant to understand that after some hours, the level of sugar solution rises in the main experiment. This is practical, and one time I don't know about practical. If you want to prove yourself, just practicalize that. The thing is that
I'm listening, Kuba. I'm listening to you. I'm listening now.
Then there's no rise in the water level in the control experiment. The rise in the sugar solution.
So what I say now. So what is your own answer there?
I was meant to understand that the water will remain the same. There is the sugar solution that will rise.
Sugar solution will rise. Does sugar solution have water?
Exactly.
So in that thing you see there now, what will happen in that experiment now? What will happen in that experiment? What will happen maybe in about 1 hour? What do you think will happen? Do you know? I think I'll have to tell you the truth. You're still having some issues. You hold so dearly what you are told somewhere, and if you come here, you cannot learn new thing if you hold dearly to what you are told somewhere else. You don't know whether they are telling you they give you the right information or not. You are still battling with that. Open your heart and learn. Unlearn to do what? Learn. Open your heart first. Stop reasoning based on what you are told. Reason what is practical. Are you with me? Reason with what is practical. Yes, there's how you will trust or believe in somebody so much that he will be teaching you some things. You hold whatever the person is saying, but sometimes use your basic. Forget about what somebody told. Look at what science says. That if you get a concentrated solution, what you have in that funnel turned upside down is a concentrated solution of sugar in water. It's not true. Now they used a membrane to wrap the mouth of the funnel and turn it upside down. The solution assume a particular what? Level. They now dip it inside a beaker containing water. After you know that this movement is not what happened like that. Are you aware? After like an hour, what is happening that the level of water in that solution will rise, because water will leave the beaker and start entering, moving from region of lower concentration and what? So water will enter. And if water enter that place, what will happen? What if you see the level of whatever is inside the funnel will do what? Will rise. Because water I've done will enter. I can remember how many years ago? That was in 1998. Call it 98, no, 1997, first term. When I was in SS1. 1997, when I was in SS1, first term, we did that practical this experiment in our biology. I still remember it clearly now. We went to, we are told to get pawpaw. Some use yam. Pour a hole inside it. Get salt. Put salt in water. Mix salt in water. Pour inside that what? Then pawpaw or yam, so use yam. Peel it well. Then place it inside a bucket, a plate that has what? Water. Leave it overnight. In the morning, we look at the level of the solution inside the what? Increased. This is the same thing they are doing what? Asking this question. But they didn't use pawpaw or use yam. They use something else. They tie something, a membrane on the mouth of this. So the level of water inside this will rise. The first argument is, but what is inside is not water. And I ask, is there water inside that? Inside? There's a water. For a solution to be formed, water is there, true of us. So sugar solution is sugar plus water. But the water there is not much. That's why they say that the level of water inside the what? This thing will do what? Will rise. And the one in the beaker will do what? Will go down because it moved from the beaker inside that what? Funnel. Through the membrane tied in the what? Funnel. Is it clear? Okay.
Is high water potential the same as low concentration?
High what?
Water potential.
Potential, eh?
Same as low water concentration. You said that the water, when we put the beaker inside the
Okay.
and then the water will move from lower concentration to higher concentration.
Lower water will move from. Listen carefully. You can define this in two ways. Water can move. The water outside. There's high concentration of solvent water outside. Then low concentration of what? The sugar. True of us. Outside. But if you go inside, we have high concentration of what? Of what? Sugar. Then low concentration of what? Water. So water will move. In fact, that is even diffusion. Water will diffuse from where it have higher concentration of water itself to where the water concentration is what? Low. This is actually what? In fact, in osmosis, there's element of what? Diffusion. Because water will move from the where water itself is high to where is what? Low. So that inside the funnel, water is low there. So water will move from there. Water will rise from there. And this will continue until they become what? Equilibrium. Equilibrium is what? Attained. So there's a concentration gradient. Water is higher outside. Water is lower inside. So water will tend to do what? Go inside. Now, let's assume what we have inside is low concentration of solute and high concentration of what? Water. And what we have outside is that solute solution, go. And of course, you know that water will be low there and sugar will be what? High. Water will still move from where water is more to where water is what? Lower. True of us. Until as it's moving, water will be coming up, rising. So that means if you pour the sugar solution in the beaker and pour water in the what? Funnel, water will leave the funnel and do what? Move to where the sugar solution is. The intention is to do what? Destabilize the what? Gradients to get what? Equilibrium. Does it make sense? Are you okay now? Where? Where? Where?
My school now.
You
Just these Russian stores now.
no, we did it very well. In fact, we did it.
When Nigeria was.
We did it as a project. We went to did it, brought it to school, and she marked it for us. Okay.
In a comfortable right now, like in a situation whereby the inside of the cell has a higher concentration of solids than the surrounding cell. So the water from the surrounding cell will move into the cell.
Yes.
Okay, but if we have a situation whereby the outside of the cell has a higher concentration of solid and the inside they have
Lower.
so the one from inside the cell will go to the
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But that is possible only that one happens only if the membrane is what? Not permeable membrane, okay? In permeable membrane, both the solute and solvent move. Okay? Alright. Oh, please, let's stop here. We have tried in biology. By the time we enter into cell and its environment, I will talk about this more. We will now digest it well, diffusion, osmosis, and that's when you understand it better. I just prepared a ground because that is the next topic we teach in biology. I just use this to prepare the ground for it, prepare your heart, your mind towards that. Okay? That's why I do waste so much time. I dwell there trying to explain it. All right, now let's look at, in the absence of any question, I think we'll stop here. Thank you very much for your attention. God bless you.